What up, Boxing World 12 Rounds TV? Keith one-time Thurman trashes Mayweather on his recent interview. Now, you guys know already, Keith one-time Thurman has been wanting to fight either Mayweather or Amir Khan, and both fighters want to fight him. I said before that aggressive approach of Keith one-time Thurman is not working. It's not enticing Mayweather nor Amir Khan to fight him. So, gotta go other routes, you know what I mean? Tone it down a bit. I've said this before. But this time, Keith one-time Thurman got a different approach. As a matter of fact, he said, if Mayweather Jr. is not willing to fight him this September, he might as well fight Kell Brook. I guess Keith one-time Thurman, what he's saying is, don't fight anybody else other than me or Kell Brook. Don't fight bums, because he actually mentioned, he'd rather see Kell Brook fight Mayweather than Amir Khan fight Mayweather. And that's not only him. A lot of boxing fans would rather see that. Now, Kell Brook is a good fighter. As a matter of fact, he's ranked number 2 on welterweight, right? And Pacquiao is number 3 now. I think that, like I said, I think that Kell Brook is a good fighter, but I don't think he'll beat Pacquiao. No. You guys seen fights of Kell Brook, right? Yes, he's fought some of the best, right? He's fought Porter, as a matter of fact, Porter lost first time to him. Sean Porter, that is. But his style is not the best. He's not going to win against Pacquiao or even Mayweather. I don't think so. Not to me, at least. He's got a different style. Just because a fighter is undefeated, just because a fighter has been winning against other solid opponents, it doesn't mean that they're going to beat the best. That's not the case here. His style versus comparing to Mayweather's style, he's not going to win. I don't think so. I just don't see it. You guys might have a different opinion, but I just don't see Kell Brook beating Mayweather for the first time. Now, he might win some rounds, just like Pacquiao did. Kell Brook might, catch Mayweather here and there. But it's rare. Not too many people catches Mayweather, like, Maidana did on the first match. And Pacquiao did, I think, on the 3rd or 4th round. Mayweather gets hit. And yes, some fighters, they win some rounds against Mayweather. But for the most part, you don't see too many landing big shots or actually landing clean shots against Mayweather. He's got that defense. He's got that shoulder roll. He's got that very elusive style. Fast, too. Fast, very fast counter punch. You know what I'm saying? This is weird coming from me because I'm not a Mayweather fan. But that's the truth. I don't think Kell Brook would win against Mayweather. I don't see it. I don't even think Kell Brook would win against Pacquiao. No, I don't think so. I would love to see it. I think it'll be a great fight. But I think Kell Brook is a humble guy. He's a gentleman. He's a good guy. But I think he's overrated. If they're comparing Kell Brook to beat either Pacquiao or Mayweather. No. He might think he's ready. He's worth a shot. I'm not saying that Kell Brook is not entitled to Mayweather or Pacquiao fight. I'm not saying that. It's not what I'm saying at all. But I don't think that he'll win against both of those fighters. No. What I want to see, if you guys really want to ask me, what I want to see is Kell Brook versus Keith one-time Thurman. Now, the winner of that fight, can fight Pacquiao, then fight Mayweather. But that's just me. A lot of people actually is underestimating Keith one-time Thurman, and me too. I used to underestimate Keith one-time Thurman. To be honest with you guys, I think Keith one-time Thurman will beat Kell Brook. You know what I mean? Yeah, Keith one-time Thurman on the recent interview, he trashed Mayweather for wanting to fight Berto and fighting bums versus somebody like him or Kell Brook, and I have to agree. I have to agree. Why would Mayweather fight Berto or Mayfield or even Amir Khan for his last fight if he really, really wants to retire in September, after September, after the September fight. That's not worth a retirement fight. That's not what it's called. That's like Mayweather securing 49-0. You know what I mean? That's, if I'll be very surprised, really, even though he's been talking about it, Mayweather that is, I'll be very, very surprised, really, to be honest, if Mayweather really fights Berto. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. As a matter of fact, there's news out there that Berto is talking crap and talking trash to Mayweather because he said, you know what? You keep mentioning my name. That's what Berto said. You keep mentioning my name. If you ain't going to fight me, keep my name off your mouth. You know what I mean? That's what he said, Get my mouth out of your get my name out of your mouth. If you're not gonna fight me, you keep mentioning my name, but you ain't decide yet. You ain't announced officially yet that you're really gonna fight me. So Berto said, you know what? Keep my name out of your mouth. Unless you're gonna fight me, unless you announce officially. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, the boxing world, the boxing fans, they don't want to see Mayweather versus Berto. Come on, man. Contrary to popular belief, they don't even want to see freaking Mayweather versus Amir Khan. What would make sense to me and to a lot of boxing fans also is Mayweather versus Keith one-time Thurman or Mayweather versus Kell Brook. That would make sense. Now, I don't necessarily think that Kell Brook would win against Mayweather. I think Keith one-time Thurman has a better chance of winning against Mayweather than Kell Brook. I would like to see Manny Pacquiao versus Keith one-time Thurman. You know what I mean? And that's not cherry picking right there. That's fighting somebody that's solid. Keith Thurman is a solid fighter. He's a solid fighter. Kell Brook is a solid fighter as well. But I have to lean towards more towards Keith one-time Thurman beating Mayweather rather than Kell Brook. I think Kell Brook is a good fighter, but you guys know some of the opponents that Kell Brook won against, they're bums. They were bums. And you guys know that, and that's vice versa. I think Keith one-time Thurman has fought some bums also. Who hasn't, right? Every fighter has fought some kind of bum. But, Kell Brook has not really been tested. He's fought some solid guys, but not really, not really. I don't think he has. I don't think he'd win against Mayweather, just to be honest. It'll be a great fight. As a matter of fact, people will not criticize Mayweather for fighting Kell Brook or Keith one-time Thurman, rather than fighting Berto or Mayfield or Amir Khan. Come on, man. As much as Amir Khan make noises that he wants to fight Mayweather, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Amir Khan would look like a punching bag against Mayweather. He doesn't have the great defense. He doesn't have a great chin, I'll be very, very surprised if freaking Amir Khan knocks down or knocks out Mayweather. That's not gonna happen. He had a hard time with Chris Algieri. Despite the fact that Amir Khan's been making a lot of noise, putting taunts on his Twitter or Instagram with the yellow gloves. Despite all that insult or taunt against Mayweather, that he's ready, that he's the one, that he deserves to fight. He doesn't deserve to fight. He doesn't deserve to fight against Mayweather. Not with that performance against Algieri. No. Now, I think Keith one-time Thurman is the one that needs to fight Mayweather. That's just me. And unless Mayweather wants to rematch with Pacquiao, I would love to see that. But that's unlikely since Mayweather is retiring. But if he's thinking about continuing his career towards 50-0 and beat Rocky Marciano's record, well, why not fight Keith one-time Thurman and Manny Pacquiao? You know what I'm saying? Or fight Kell Brook, then Keith one-time Thurman. Nobody's going to question him for that. Nobody's going to insult him for that. You got three fighters that are, that are worth a shot. You know what I mean? A rematch with Pacquiao, Keith one-time Thurman, and Kell Brook. Those are good fights. He's got three opponents that Mayweather can choose. And if he want to rule out Manny Pacquiao because he already fought him. And just to say this, guys, Mayweather said he's not going to rematch with Pacquiao, right? Got it. Get it. That was actually calling him coward and sore loser against the interview with Jim Gray on a Showtime special. But if there's any fights that needed or would want the boxing fans to see with a rematch, is the Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Hell, Mayweather rematch with, was it Castillo? Mayweather rematch with Maidana. So why isn't Pacquiao entitled to a rematch? Unless Mayweather don't want to fight him when Pacquiao is 100%. Don't know. But, you know, if he doesn't want to fight Pacquiao again because he thinks that Pacquiao would be 100% and he might actually... Because you guys know, like I said before, not too many fighters, especially Mayweather's opponents, actually land clean, you know, clean shots against Mayweather. Not too many. Not too many fighters catches Mayweather. And Pacquiao indeed caught Mayweather. I think it was third or fourth round. But he caught him. He caught him. You know, he hurt him. He caught him. But not too many fighters of Mayweather does that. You know what I mean? I can only name a few. I mean, yeah, Castillo, maybe Mosley, and Pacquiao. You know, those are good shots. Not only jabs, those are good power shots that caught Mayweather. And that's very hard to land, you know, against Mayweather, you know. And Maidana caught him too on the ropes, you know. Even though it was, you know, it was like a brawl, and Mayweather actually called it a WWF, you know, like he called Maidana a wrestler versus him being a boxer. But he caught him, you know. Maidana caught Mayweather. But other than that, like I said, I believe Keith one-time Thurman is, you know, he's got some sense to, you know, he's got some reasons to trash talk Mayweather. Because if Mayweather is, you know, thinking about fighting Berto or Mayfield, come on. In my eyes, and a lot of fans also, we got 3 fights. 3 fights that are there and ready for Floyd Mayweather Jr. We got Keith one-time Thurman, Kell Brook, and a rematch with Manny Pacquiao. That's 3 fights, right? 3 fighters. You know, if Mayweather only want to fight, you know, 2 more against solid fighters, and, you know, really sealed the deal, the Hall of Fame, the champion title, then, you know, fight 3 of those fighters. You know, I mean, 2 of those 3 fighters that I've just mentioned: Kell Brook, Keith one-time Thurman, and Manny Pacquiao. You know, like I said, even though, you know, it was far from scorecards when Mayweather fought Pacquiao, even though it was like one-sided, as a lot of people say, I believe Pacquiao did okay. You know what I mean? He did good. You know what I mean? He did good. He caught Mayweather. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Mayweather knocked him down, knock him out. No. You know, Mayweather landed a lot of freaking jabs against Pacquiao, but it wasn't like, who hasn't gotten jabs from Mayweather? Everybody has. You know, all 46 fighters that he fought. You know, the only reason I said that is because he got rematched with 2 guys. So only 46 fighters against his 48, right? 2 would do rematch. But, you know, if there's one fight in the history of boxing that we would like to see a rematch, even though it might not be as so big of a big pay-per-view sensation as it was in the first time, it would be the Mayweather versus Pacquiao. We wouldn't mind seeing that again. I wouldn't mind it, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't mind it also. And I'm sure Mayweather versus Pacquiao would generate more money than Mayweather fighting Amir Khan, you know. You know what I mean? Or Mayweather, better yet, Mayweather versus Berto. Do you really think those numbers would come any close to Mayweather versus Pacquiao, the rematch? No, the answer is no. And even though, like I said, Keith one-time Thurman would be a great opponent and Kell Brook would be a good opponent against Mayweather, it's not going to generate as much money as if Mayweather rematch with Pacquiao. No, you guys know that. You're lying to yourself if you think that Kell Brook or Keith one-time Thurman will generate more money than what Pacquiao can against Mayweather. It's not going to happen. But let me know what you guys think. Keith one-time Thurman, is he just trash talking or he's making sense? When he said that, you know, Mayweather should not fight Amir Khan, and rather, if he's not going to fight him, if Mayweather's not going to fight Keith one-time Thurman, he better just fight Kell Brook. You know. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.